What's up, world? I'm Filmmaker Leylo, and you're watching Grindasta magazine exclusive interviews. Well, my name is, I call myself Filmmaker Leylo. Leylo is spelled L-E-Y-L-O. I live in every year life offers. Basically, every year that God put me on this earth, or allow me to be on this earth, I'm gonna live it to the fullest. So that's why I use that name. The name was originally, it came from a friend of mine back in the days when I used to rap, and he just gave me a stage name. He's like, man, we need to call you Leylo, because that's what you do. You always laying low. So, you know, I took in the name, it stuck, and I just kind of respelt it and put an acronym with it and whatnot. And recently, I just put the Filmmaker in front of it. So when I got heavy into the film industry, I just started calling myself Filmmaker Leylo. Filmmaker Leylo, he shoots videos, music videos, movies, commercials, anything dealing with a camera. I do photography as well, but I'm not a photographer, but I will do it, but depending on the circumstances. But my thing is, you know, 1080p HD videos or films. So yeah, that's what I do. Faking the movie started, it was crazy how it started, because I was actually shooting videos at the time, and I had a script for another movie, and I was in the process of trying to put everything together to shoot that movie, but it was my first film, so I really didn't know everything, so I kind of just played everything by ear. And I met a guy named Terry Miles. Shout out to Terry Miles. He had did a movie called Recognize, and I can't recall how. Oh, I met him on another movie set, Shaheem's movie set for Tangled and Twisted. Shaheem's a good friend of mine here in Atlanta, and I met Terry Miles on the set, and we just kind of clicked from that day. And yeah, and he kind of inspired me to go ahead and shoot the movie. I mean, we literally would talk every day, and he was like, man, you got everything you need, just shoot it. So that's what I decided to do, and I mean, it just literally happened just like that. We had no script, and from what I understood at the time, you needed a script to shoot. But I kind of convinced myself that we could just, you know, guerrilla the movie and just improv the whole thing. And that's what we did. I mean, we literally, the day after I decided to shoot a movie, we literally put it together and started shooting. And that's how Faking the movie came about. The title Faking actually came from a song that I released mid 2013 on iTunes called Faking, F-A-K-I-N, just like you see right here. It was just, I had got frustrated. I was rapping at the time, and I got frustrated about so many people out here just putting on this persona like they're just, you know, that guy or that girl, and you always, it was like, I would always find out that they wasn't who they say they were. So I realized that, you know, pretty much everybody was out here faking like it was gangsters, faking like it was G. So that's why I took the G off. So I call it Faking without a G. So that's where the title Faking came from. When I decided to shoot a movie, we was trying to figure out a title or a plot or even just a story to put together. And the song Faking was so hot at the time that I just said, I would just call the movie Faking and just ride along with the song. And that's what we did. The gas that was put behind me to make this film, I mean, for one, I've always wanted to do films. I've always wanted to be a film producer or a director. I always wanted to be behind the scenes of the camera. I always wanted to be a cameraman. I mean, even all the way down to a boom mic man, a gaffer, you know, I always wanted to be one. For some reason, I'm just fascinated with movies. I was involved in a movie called Players Ball back in 2002 when I was signed to War Records / Jive Records. And that's when I caught the film bug back then. The movie, like I said, it was called Players Ball. And it was starring Elise Neal, Alan Payne, Tretch from Audit by Nature was in it, MC Light, several other actors. And I also had a song on the soundtrack as well. So, and that was in 2002. So yeah, I got addicted then. But I think the main thing that kind of pushed me on this particular film was Terry Miles. I mean, there's no question about it. If it wasn't for Terry Miles, I probably wouldn't have pursued it or pushed hard enough to complete the film. He was my actual mentor at the time. You know what I mean? Throughout the whole film, the entire film. He was actually shooting another film at the time that we started shooting, but he believed in me so much that he took out the time, his spare time, to help me shoot mine. You know, and you know, it was all good. So, and I took advantage of that. And he even, while we were shooting, he had to stop to go complete another film. But the movie wasn't done yet. So, but he gave me the motivation to go ahead and complete it. That's why you don't see him all the way towards the end, because he had to stop and go do his other movie. But I had to still complete the movie, so that's what happened with that. But yeah, Terry Miles is the gas behind me shooting the film, you know, faking and completing it. Not just shooting it, but completing the film. Terry Miles, I salute you. It is about a brother. His name is Glenn Woods, who is released from prison. And when he comes home from prison, he pretty much has his hand out to the people who promised him certain things that would put him on his feet when he got home. They kind of spoon-fed him, you know, when he got home, but he was being impatient. He was unrelaxed and he was moving too fast, and he ended up just crossing everybody out at the end because he felt like everybody was faking. So what he did was he just started faking too. And so everybody's faking everywhere. And but you gotta go watch the movie though to see how it turns out. But yeah, that's what it's about. It's just about everybody faking. You know. The movie is starring comedian Doodoo Brown, as well as myself, Leylo. I have a Shawty comedian in it. Terry Miles is also starring in it. And Kelsey Nicole from VH1's Couple Therapy, she's in it. I'm also a CEO of a label called Digimon Entertainment. We've been in business since early 2012. And Kelsey Nicole was actually one of my artists working with the label at the time. I was managing her. So, I mean, when we started shooting, it was like, there was no question. Yeah, you know, come on in. You know, this is what we're doing now. Let's work. At the time, she wasn't, you know, on VH1 or anything like that. You know, it wasn't even heard of. So, yeah, that's how Kelsey Nicole. She's a good friend of mine right now to this day. So, shout out to Kelsey Nicole. She did a great job in the film, as well as Doodoo Brown and Terry Miles. And, I mean, everybody did a great job in the film. I'm not even going to highlight anyone out of the film because they all made the film, period, point blank. So if it wasn't for them, salute to all the characters and all the actors in the film. Thank you. What makes the movie Faker stand out? Well, there's several things. I mean, the number one thing to me is the actors. The actors are all underdogs, if you don't mind, as well as myself. And those are the people who I always root for, is the underdogs, because they're independent. They don't have this big corporation behind them pushing them and telling them what to do. So the underdogs can pretty much do what they want to do. And these people were all talented, and they were genuine people. They had, you know, genuine personalities, and you know, we all got along on set. There wasn't no problems ever on set. So you know, it just kind of worked out, and people were just brought to the table, and once they found out, you know, what we were trying to do, you know, they was really willing to work. So everything just worked out. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It's like shoot a movie, okay, let's get it done. So that's one thing that makes it stands out, as well as the soundtrack. The entire soundtrack is a double disc soundtrack. Faking soundtrack is hosted by It's to Go DJs. Shout out to DJ such and such. Shout out to DJ It's 32 songs on the soundtrack, so it's a double disc. But every one of those songs are independent artists that the world has yet to hear until now. So that's I wanted to do that. I really, I'm all for the independency in the industry. I want to see people make it. It's so much talent out there, genuine talent that needs to be heard and seen, and I wanted to be one of the ones to put it to the forefront so people can actually see it. And another thing that may stand out is the fact that that's my first film, for one, which was shot and edited by myself. I mean, I had a little help here and there as far as editing and camera work. Shout out to Tunnel Vision. Shout out to Robbie E. They were other cameramen on set. Shout out to GX Hero. He was the producer of the movie. He was responsible for a lot of the setting and vehicles and things of that nature, props. He was responsible for a lot of that. So yeah, so it was just a team effort, and everybody, pretty much everybody, other than Dooley Brown and I think Terry Miles as well, it was the first time for everyone. So, and we just did it. We just did it. It was one of those things. It was like start talking about it and just do it, and that's what we did. I'm real big on that. Do I think Atlanta is coming to new Hollywood? No. There is no such thing. There will never be a new Hollywood. However, I do think Atlanta is becoming a mecca, another mecca for filmmaking, whether it be independently or on a major scale. But I don't think it'd be the new Hollywood. That's just like saying you're gonna put a sign on Stone Mountain that says the new Hollywood. It's not gonna happen. So I think people just need to come up with a new name. It's just because they do films everywhere in every state. So it just so happens that Atlanta's a good place to come do films, so a lot of people come there. But so is Texas, so is New York. New York was, it was head to head with Hollywood for years. So, New York has never been labeled the new Hollywood. But no, I don't think Atlanta's the new Hollywood. However, I do think it is a factor in the film industry now. A well-known factor that Atlanta is a good place to shoot movies. Was it hard getting a cast for the movie? No. I say that because, I just reached out to people. I just made phone calls. I posted on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and whatnot, and people, they reached back. They were interested. So it wasn't really, I used my social network skills to reach out to other actors to be a part of the film, and they just jumped right on board. So no, it wasn't hard getting that cast at all. And actually, back in 2012 when I was starting, I had another movie that I wanted to do before Faking, which is called Waiting to Inhale. But the script was so good that I had to back off of it because I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest with you. So what happened was I did a casting call. I just posted it on Facebook. We're doing a casting call, this address, such time. Didn't think nothing of it. We set up and we got prepared for it, but when it actually happened, it was like 300 people showed up. So, and later on, I found out that the casting call was posted on several agency sites and Craigslist actually. So I put it on Craigslist. So when all those people showed up at that casting call, I had to sit back and look at the whole situation like, oh, it's bigger than I thought it was. And that's when I decided to do Faking, because I felt like if I did Faking, I would learn from my mistakes first before I do this big blockbuster film that I know is gonna make a lot of money. And I don't wanna make too many mistakes on that one, so I'm gonna make all my mistakes on this one first. How often do I plan to release a movie? As long as I can shoot it, as long as I can edit it, and as long as I can put it out. That's what I'm gonna do. I will never rest unless I take a vacation. Other than that, I'll be shooting movies for the rest of my life, I hope. My goal for my company, which is Digimob Entertainment, my goal is to give independents more exposure. I want to be the go-to company for independent artists, independent filmmakers, independent videographers, just, anything. And if you're independent in the industry, I want to be one of those go-to guys where I can make something happen for you. I know a lot of people in this industry. I am well connected, with the higher ups or whatnot, and I can literally walk into an office and get you a deal if that's what's right for you at the time. I can make that happen. So yeah, that's what my goal is for the company, to be one of the top independent companies that can put you on. And hot, sexy love scenes in the movie Faking. That's funny. Well, I'm gonna put it like this. There are some sex scenes. Whether they're hot and sexy, I don't know. That'll be up to you, to figure out. So just make sure you get the movie, Faking the movie. It will be on Netflix, and we're working on Redbox right now, 2015. Amazon, iTunes, and all that. We're gonna do the whole nine. So just be on the lookout for it. Any fights and drama on set? No, like I said, it was never. There was never a situation that I know of where we were on set and there was a problem with another person, whether it been me involved or one of the actors involved. No, everybody got along. Everybody was professional, and everything went well. We finished. Sometimes we finished earlier than we thought we would, and it was just that. It was that simple. That's it. Did the movie interfere with my love life? No. My fiance, she's well aware of how the industry works. So, no, I don't have any problems at home. Making a movie, that's work. Going to the studio, that's work. Just like she has a job. So, she understands that it's a job. I'm not out here just playing or whatever. It's a job. I go to work and I come home. I don't talk about work at home. We don't discuss work at home. We discuss family matters in my house. Faking the movie was released December the 6th. We did a world premiere at Legacy Theater. Shout out to everybody that showed up. It's actually, if you go on YouTube and put in search Faking the Movie red carpet premiere, you can see that. We had a good time that night. Shout out to Rod Digger too. Yeah, the legend Rod Digger. She showed up at the movie premiere. Gangsta Boo was at the movie premiere. Legendary Grandmaster Jay was there. I had people from Universal Records, Def Jam was there. Can't forget about the Ciroc Boys. Shout out Roger Bonds, D Funch, Ciroc Boy Manny, Streets my man. Can't never forget Streets. It was a blessing. I didn't even expect so many people to be there, but they were there. They were there for support. They believed in the project, and it was done in a major way. So yeah, just go to YouTube, check it out. Just search Faking the Movie red carpet premiere. Right now, I'm in the negotiations and all that for the worldwide release. Yes, worldwide release. It's not going to be just here in America. It's going to be worldwide release. And I'm also in the process of putting things together for Faking Part 2, as well as Faking Part 3. Yeah, we're gonna do 3 of them. So, and also can't forget the movie Waiting to India. Be on the lookout for that. It's coming. I know a lot of y'all like, we've been waiting on that for a long time. Hey, I've been waiting on a long time too. But it's definitely coming. Everything is put up in the safe. Can't nobody touch it but me. So don't worry about that. But yeah, that's what we got working on. That's probably what a couple of years worth of work right there. And that's just what I want to do, for right now. Of course, we still have the music side of things. I got a few things coming up. Got the Martin Luther King project coming up, and a couple other things I don't want to speak on right now. I got a couple of projects I'm doing with the legendary Baby D. A couple other, another project I'm doing with the legendary Archie. I don't know if you remember him. He had a song yeah, I'm doing a little project with him going on right now, so we're gonna keep that little hush and stuff. I mean, it's just, just blessings just falling out of the sky right now. So, it's all because of this movie. So, salute to everybody that was a part of the film, everybody who was in the movie. But yeah, that's it is what it is. This is my entertainment. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, IG, at Glenwood Leylo. That's GLENWOODLEYLO. Same thing on Twitter. Not on Facebook anymore. Just holler at me, man. Make sure you go to the website, digimobatl.com. Also, the official movie website, fakingthemovie.com. Go check that out. Man, I salute everybody, man. I appreciate the love and salute.
Run up on the truck, me and baby, these spraying your punk ass. I'm having oysters, the meal is 3 courses, 3 door Porsches, double R drop head, we got choices. $1 million a rap nigga, we got horses. We be like Jet, do it like hot top forces. Independent, I'm a king, nigga, shout out boys. They bricks in the Kroger bag, nigga, that my grocer. Shoot degrees in the back, nigga, that my soldier. Like, what the hell is you doing, boy, at the wrist wagon? Hey, act crucial with my motherfucking nigga, we